You've made it. I've made it. We have all made it to the 12th day of the 12 days of Christmas nail designs. This one I think might be the best of them all. I'm really excited about it, and these are going to be my own Christmas nails. So if you want to see how we did it, keep watching. So I'm just wiping off the dispersion layer. I did a coat of Builder in a Bottle number 17 from the Gel Bottle ink, and I buffed them and filed them, and we just have a plain base. So I'm gonna go in with some foiled transfer gel. This is the Gelixir brand. I really like it. And I'm just gonna put some of that on a palette so that I can go into it with a liner brush. This brush is the number 2 liner brush from Luxa, and I'm just gonna sketch out the shape that I'm looking for. So you can do whatever shape you want. This will be really cool with sort of like some negative space circles or some swirls, things like that. I just got inspired by a pic that I saw on Instagram to do this particular shape. So of course, use your creativity. You can make these whatever shape you want. While you're here, if you've made it through all 12 days, there must be something about this channel that you're enjoying. So be sure to subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you know when I upload new videos. We've got a lot of stuff planned out for the new year, and I'm really excited to get into more hauls and more art tutorials and all sorts of content. So make sure you've subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell, and while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Alright, so once that's cured, I cured that for a full 60 seconds. I'm going to take this sort of holographic glittery transfer foil and rub this all over the transfer foil. So because the nail has been buffed, it's got a non-sticky surface, which is great because when I go to do the transfer foil, I don't have to worry about it getting anywhere else on the nail. But if you do end up getting it somewhere else, you can simply remove it with acetone and a brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this on the left side of all the nails when I have my hand facing me. So for the second half of the base, I'm going to go in with this color from the Gel Bottle ink. It's Monstera. It's a really perfect Christmas green glitter. I love green glitter polish. I don't know what it is about green, but this polish I had been dying to use this whole time, and I wasn't sure how I was going to fit it into a set, and I feel like it actually turned out so great. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful glitter shade. If you have access to get the Gel Bottle ink colors, their glitters are awesome, especially for being a gel polish formula, right? It's not a color gel, but you get really good opacity. The glitter is really dense in there. It's pretty concentrated, right? So I like using their glitter polishes. I did do 2 coats of this. The second coat is really just to fill in any see-through areas, any sparse areas. So it doesn't have to be super perfect. I'm just going to make sure that I got really good glitter coverage in this section. This would be so cute by itself, but as you know, we're going to jazz it up just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and put a top coat over these nails because the foil, I want to make sure it's secure and sealed in before I go in with my art gel, because if I make a mistake and I want to wipe it off or I want to use some alcohol, I don't want to ruin my foil. So I just went ahead and top coated them in the middle of the process, and I'm loving how they're looking so far. I'm going to use a gel polish for this instead of an art gel because I wanted a little bit less, I wanted a thinner viscosity gel so that I could get the lines curved the way that I want to. So I'm using White Out by Luxa, which is their white gel polish. It's got great pigmentation, but it also is thin enough to allow me to sort of get thin lines, and I just felt like it was going to be better for this project than my typical, which is Primary White from Medusa. So I'm just mimicking sort of a candy cane swirl. You can do this however you want. I followed the curvature of the section that I drew, but if you drew a different shape or you wanted to go at a different angle, you certainly could. I feel like this shape really goes with the flow of the natural nail because I've got a little bit of like a longer almond, and I thought it looked really nice this way. But of course, use your creativity, right? Use your discretion. If you want to do opposite directions, kind of like a more traditional peppermint candy, that's totally fine. This was a little bit more candy cane-ish, if you will. So I'm doing thicker sections separated by a thin line. And I like to start with my one anchor thick section at the beginning and then do the thin lines around it and added, sort of one more thick section on either side. I felt like starting from the middle was the easiest way for me to get all the lines to sort of connect in the right spot and have a consistent look. And you can cure in between each line, right? If you get a line and it's right how you want it and you're nervous about messing it up or something, definitely go ahead and flash cure it. It just has to be about 5 seconds. But I did all of the lines and then cured nail by nail. Totally up to you, especially, if you're a beginner with liner brushes or art gel or things like that. It's a great idea to flash cure in between just so that you freeze things once you get them how you like them. So on the green portion, I'm going to take a dotting tool and I'm going to drop down 3 dots. These are going to be the base for my stars. These are just, your average 4-point stars. I didn't really do anything too special. I just wanted to have something on the other side. So when you're doing these, you're just going to press down in the center and then lighten up your pressure as you get towards the outside. That's what's going to give you that thin finish with the sharp point on your stars, and that's what really makes them sort of look good, in my opinion. You'll see I'm flipping my brush around a lot, and I'm always pulling in the direction of my brush handle. So if I flip my hand upside down so that my hand is on top of the brush bristles, I'm still going to pull the brush toward the handle. So that's a good tip for hand painting to help you have a little bit more control. If you're struggling and you're going away from your brush handle, you're going to have a lot less control over the bristles, and I have found not to have a lot of success when I go that way. The design is essentially done. I'm going to use the stain-resistant top coat from Young Nails because I want the white sections to stay perfectly white over the holidays. I'm going to be cooking and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, so I wanted to seal them in and keep that bright and white. And because it's on a neutral nude base, I wanted to make sure that that doesn't get stained either. So I'm going to go ahead and put this top coat down, cure it for a minute. This top coat does cure with a tacky layer, so you're going to have to wipe it off when it comes out, which is what I'm doing here. I'm just taking a little bit of swipe and wiping off that sticky residue, and then we're all done. A little cuticle oil to make sure that the hands look nice. And this is the finished look. I truly love them. I think they're perfect for the holidays. My other hand is going to be just like a solid red probably, so that these get all the attention. Hopefully you guys love this design and you loved the series. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Merry Christmas.